Alright, here we go with a wee poem. This one's called Itchy Willy. I had just got off the bus when my willy began to itch. I didn't care how it looked. I had to give it a serious twitch. Basically I had to shove my hand inside my trousers and fucking scratch it to this fucking kind of incredibly itchy. Basically it looked like I was having a bit of a wank in the middle of the street. But you kind of when you go and it like that, sometimes you have an itchy arse, don't you? And it's like, fucking itchy arse time. What do you do? You're in a big crowded shopping centre and you just fucking go for it. Oh! Billy Connolly done a joke about that, didn't he? He says, what you do is you say to everyone, hey everyone, my arse is incredibly itchy. I think I'll scratch it now. Then everyone looks away, then you can do it. Well, I didn't bother announcing it. I just did it. And the same with my cock. You can't fucking do that. Oh, God. Aye. But that didn't solve the problem. In fact, it made it worse. So, in the middle of the street, I took a look at my dick and screamed, help! I need a nurse! Or somebody off the medical establishment. I'm not a big fan of Codex Alimentarius, you ken? And all of that kind of bullshit, ken? But when you've got like a broken leg or a penis that's fucking incredibly itchy, then you do need somebody to here look at it, and I would rather have a sexy nurse here look at it than you can a plumber or somebody like that, even though that is my plumbing down there, you can. But anyway, I then felt it starting to burn, so I ran to the nearest John. A John, what's a John? In Scotland we call it John, it's like a toilet area, you can. Strictly speaking it's a toilet, but I had to use the word John to get it to rhyme with the next bit, alright? So, I felt it starting to burn, I ran to the nearest John, I stuck my willy over the sink and splashed cold water on. Maybe I should say that I stuck my willy in the urinal and splashed the water through the urinal, because that's technically a John, you can. So maybe yeah, look at that and maybe do a wee bit of revision on that. I'll think about it for the book, you can. Nothing had ever felt better, as I thought it was going to ignite. You get that burning sensation at the end of your cock, guys. You ever had that? It's like, fucking hell, oh my god, you can. Oh, it's fucking agony. It's like, you think flames are, because I was going to like, flames bursting out of my cock. Wouldn't they have exactly been a delight, you know? Because it's like that fucking burning, you're expecting it to turn into a fucking flamethrower, you know? Like, you can, it's a dangerous weapon, really, you know? I then inspected my knob further. My foreskin was in a really bad way. It wasn't looking too good at all. It was like, oh, kind of scabby and that. It's like, what the fuck's going on with it, you can? And even worse, when I pulled it back, my purple helmet was on holiday. Normally you see a bit of purpleness there, but I couldn't see that at all. I was like, what the fuck has happened to that? That's fucking no right, that. That's just no right. It was covered with a bright green fungus. The kind you don't see down in the park. Can you see many different kinds of funguses, but not a bright green one, you can? And it was definitely a fungus, because it smelled pretty bad, you can? If someone had switched the lights out, it would have glowed in the fucking dark. That's how bad it was, ladies and gentlemen. It was like this luminous green fungus where my purple helmet should have been, you can? Did look still like a mushroom kind of fungus, that's weird that, wasn't it? Like a mushroom and a penis kind of looked the same. And then, I don't know, again, it's basically, like some people say, mushrooms are kind of created with a virgin birth, they ever dying, because it's like spores create mushrooms. And penises, I don't know where I'm going with that in. I've read something somewhere about how a penis looks like a mushroom, and I was going to blab on about it there, but there's no point going down that road because I've got fuck all in that area. Anyway, I nearly broke down in tears. What had happened to my dick? I'd better get to hospital. Super duper quick. You can. I've actually got an itchy arse just talking about it. That's no good. Aye. But anyway, I better get to hospital again. Like, pronto tonto, this needs to be fucking looked at. You can. I can't phone up the doctors and say, any chance of an appointment? Or well, next fucking month day, next Friday, a week on Friday in September. And this is only fucking November. You can. You've got 10 months to wait for an appointment, saying, no, I need to see a professional of some description with some kind of ointment. I'll take your Codex Alimentarius, non-natural chemicals if it takes the fucking bright green fungus off my dick, thanks very much. So I didn't care when I'm talking to the doctor because I had to get to the hospital, alright? When I got there, I was told to take a seat for what seemed like 50 hours. You had to wait for fucking, come on, Jesus Christ, this is burning, this bright green thing here's burning my fucking end of my cock. This time, my cock did ignite, flames started coming out, so I had to grab the water for some floor, so I was like, oh, you fucking hell. It didn't look too good in the waiting room, the nurses are going ballistic, all the reception staff, and I'm like, look, show me to a doctor then, this needs looked at, A bonny nurse then took me to the STD department. Just because you've got a problem with your cock, they automatically assume it's a sexually transmitted disease. That's a bit assumptionist, if you ask me, but anyway. But she was that bonny. Bonny means beautiful in Scotland, If my cock was in working order, I'd have asked her back to my apartment, because I'm not afraid to ask beautiful women out, So, but she was pretty tasty, this one, and I thought I was in there because she smelled at me, that's all the encouragement I need. In fact, I thought she fancied me when she told me to drop my drawers. I was like, I'm fucking in here. I kind of forgot why I was there, And then I got spread-eagled on the bed, my legs are wide open, so she could perform her chores, But normally, like when you're married, the woman has to perform her chores, but these were different kind of chores, because I didn't think she was getting much pleasure for looking at my luminous cock, I realised my mistake that she didn't fancy me when my cock discharged some pus. I realised that I had mere chance of getting a shag for the driver off that bus that I jumped off when, and I realised I had an itchy cock. I wasn't going to get very far with this woman at all. She wasn't best pleased. But she tried to cover it up well. She was like, that's unusual. She said, I haven't seen that before. And she's seen a lot of bad shit down there, but she hadn't seen this before. She says to us, have you been having sex with beasts? Which I thought was a bit fucking forthright myself, But I was honest, I says, well, my last bird, she looked like a wild boar, She was a bit of a pig, but I was putting it bluntly. She wasn't impressed with that nurse, because she's like, oh, you're no oil painting yourself. I says, oh, thanks very much, sweetheart. And she was obviously, I think she was a feminist. Never mind all that nonsense. Let's not go doing the name calling thing, the new sweetheart, right? What about my dick? She says, well, I think you'll need a standing order for your chemist. A standing order. This is going to be a monthly ongoing payment thing to get this thing sorted out. It's not going to be a couple of tablets and Bob's your uncle addition. But that was some time ago, folks. I'm proud to say my dick is now in perfect health. It's fucking tip-top, fan-dabby-dozy. You'll be delighted to hear that. And I didn't even visit any chemist because they've had enough of my wealth. I say wealth, I've got a few bob now and again I pick up that I find in the street or somebody fucking hands me when I'm begging, so it's not exactly wealth, but you catch my drift. They've had enough of my money, the Codex Alimentarius mob. Instead I went to see Mad Dr. Rab. There's a guy in the Boozer, Mad Dr. Rab, who operates for the Boozer. But he told me, right, I didn't need these tablets as standing order. He told me that every night for a month, all I need to do is stick my dick inside a Hoover. So I did actually have a working Hoover. Recently the Hoover went on fire, believe it or not, in the house here. I put it on, flames started coming out of the Hoover. Maybe it sucked all the fucking red hot energy off of my cock and stored them in there. Then when I switched it on one day, they all came out and killed the fucking Hoover, Now, I ken what you must be thinking. At first, I was the same about Mad Dr. Rab, I thought either this cunt is just kidding me on, or else he's totally insane. I mean, surely that isn't medical practice, skin medical practice, stick your dick inside the Hoover, and obviously switch it on. It wouldn't do any good if you just stuck it inside a cold pipe. Could have been any cold pipe, it had to be specifically a Hoover, But what do you know, folks? It came up a treat. It's now as good as new. As I said, it's in perfect health, you know. There was even a positive side effect. I'm sure I gained an inch or two. That bit is obviously a joke. I'm kind of referring to the fact that Hoover was sucking my dick, and then it was a positive side effect because he didn't get any positive side effects of Codex Alimentarius with Mad Dr. Ravenous Hoover. But to be honest, I never gained an inch or two. Like, I'm sure I would have noticed with the size of my cock if I'd gained a centimetre or two, far less fucking an inch or two. You can. It's basically the same size as it ever was. But that's what I used a wee bit of artistic licence to kind of finish that yin off there, to try and get a wee fucking laugh at the end of the poem, you can. It's no easy trying to make poetry that's funny and entertaining. That's why I kind of do these extended versions to try and milk it for all it's got. If you enjoyed it, well, please leave a message of some description and share it with some cut out there. You can. I'm lonely, folks, and I need some support, basically. So thanks for listening, take care, and catch you later. Bye bye.